Hello everybody, hope you're all doing well. Welcome to what we have for our evening meals in a week. Some are cooked from scratch and some we do use pre-prepared ingredients. There's just Gary and myself in the house, so sometimes I cook and sometimes it's Gary, but it's always a two-way effort. We've got 3 grandchildren and a granddog, so there's always plenty of goodies to have. Hope you enjoy what we have had this week. Monday night we had sea salt and cracked black pepper bassa fillets served with gratin potatoes and corn. Here is the finished dish. Looks lovely, doesn't it, with the gratin potatoes. They're absolutely lovely, really lovely potatoes, and they're from Iceland. So these are the gratin potatoes, and we got these from Iceland, or Food Warehouse sells them as well. I'm not really sure if they sell them in any supermarkets. I've not seen them in our Tesco's, but they're £4 from Iceland, or they were when we got these. So, and they're really nice. The cooking instructions is on the packet, but they take 30 minutes at 200 Celsius. This is the fish that we had, so it's gastro restaurant inspired fish from Young's, which is the sea salt and cracked black pepper bassa fillets. We got these from Tesco's. They were about £3.50, something like that, but you can get them from basically any supermarket, Farm Foods, Iceland even. They take about, it says 22 minutes on the packet, but Gary likes them done a little bit more, so I usually do these for about 25 minutes for him. And of course the corn, which is a Monday night staple. We love this. And that's it. It's now time to dish up the tea. So that's with the corn on first. You can have corn on the cob if you fancy that better. We like corn on the cob as well. And then the gratin potatoes, so pop those on. They're really nice and crispy and cheesy as well after half an hour in the oven. And then the fish, which is lovely fish to be fair. I'm not really keen on frozen fish, but this one is nice. Slice of lemon on top of that and you're all done. Bob's your uncle. Lovely. If you've got a sauce with that, then great. We didn't have one, unfortunately, but a sauce would have been nice. Have a good day, everybody. Bye. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Monday, we had beef and vegetable Chinese style stir fry with noodles and coated in teriyaki sauce. Really, really lovely and as easy as peasy. Let's have a look at this one. And this was so lovely and really, really easy to make. I do try and make the recipes as easy as I possibly can. We work full time and we haven't got the time to start messing around in the kitchen. So on a weekday, we always try and make it easy. So I'll show you how we did this, but you only need one pan. So first of all, it's the steak. So we got this steak from Tesco. It was on offer for about £3.50. And when I trimmed it, it was about 170 grams. Now when you've got your vegetables in your stir fry and your noodles, you don't need a massive amount of meat, and this made plenty. So I just sliced it into small strips, ready to stir fry. These are the egg noodles that we used, and we got them from Tesco's. They are part of a meal deal, which is what we got, and you get this for £3 with your club card. You buy 1 carb, 1 sauce and 1 veg. So we got the sugar snap peas, and then we got the sauce as well, this teriyaki stir fry sauce. So as well as the veg, I put some mushrooms in as well. We always have mushrooms in and enjoy mushrooms with us meals. So I put round about 100 grams of mushrooms into this stir fry as well. So I'm just chopping the mushrooms up, ready for stir frying. So now we'll get stir frying. So put your oil into the pan. So ours was rapeseed oil that we've got. The first thing you do is pop in your sliced beef and then add your mushrooms to that. So get your mushrooms added in. Season as well, season with salt and pepper. So we've done that already. Give it a mix through when your beef's been sat there a while. Mine just sticks to the pan. Put a bit of garlic in. If you like garlic, we always add some garlic into ours. I just like that extra flavour. There's probably some in the sauce, but I like to add a bit more, and it made it lovely as well. Giving it a stir, and then get your vegetables in there. So this was a vegetable pack, so I put the pack in there, and I did add a lid on there as well to let the vegetables steam down a bit. So I only added it on for about a minute and then took the lid off. So all cooking nicely there in the pan. You can see all the vegetables have wilted a little bit. And now I'm going to add the sauce in there. So the teriyaki sauce then goes in. The sauce in and give it a stir, making sure that everything's covered. And then once you've done that, you can add your egg noodles and then just stir these, mix them all in, mix the noodles in till they're all coated in the sauce. Now it's time to serve up. So as you can see, it's lovely and dark with the teriyaki sauce and the noodles and everything, and get that put in a plate or a serving dish, whatever you've got. And if you've got some prawn crackers, then you can serve those as well. So serve the prawn crackers with it. We didn't have any. There was enough with what we got for the serving that we got. There was only 2 of us. But it was absolutely delicious and easy, and £3 for the veg and sauce. So just easy, and you can have it with chicken, pork, whatever you've got in your freezer, just use it. I hope you've enjoyed this, and please give it a go, and I'll speak to you very soon. Bye everybody, love you. This is quite a mouthful that we had on the 16th, but I just wanted to get it right for you. So we had a jacket potato. We topped that with herb butter and mozzarella cheese, and then we placed a chicken breast on top of that, and then we smothered it in a rich mushroom and white wine sauce. Served that with side salad. What a meal. It was absolutely gorgeous. Take a look at this one. This is a really, really good way of serving a jacket potato and chicken, just a different way with the sauce, and have that on top of one another. It was lovely, absolutely lovely. You got a piece of everything with every single bite that you had, and then the creamy mozzarella as well, and the herby butter inside the jacket potato really made it. It was absolutely delicious. I've put this recipe on the channel for you so that it shows you how to do the chicken and how to do the sauce on this. So you can have it separate if you want. You can have your jacket potato, have your chicken separate, and then have your sauce on top of your chicken. You don't have to put everything on top of one another, but we had it and it really made the dish. It made it really, really special. And we had the side salad, but have a look at the link below and see how we did this. It's really good. I'd definitely recommend it. Thursday we had tender strips of chicken served alongside delicate ravioli filled with creamy mascarpone and sweet red onion in a rich tomato and mascarpone sauce, served with warm garlic bread. Lovely. Sounds good. But this was packet ravioli and a carton of sauce and garlic bread. So really easy to do. I just got that from Copilot. Sounds good. So here's how we did it. This is the sauce that we used. It was from Tesco and it was a tomato and mascarpone sauce. It did come with an offer with some ravioli as well, or some tortellini, but we didn't actually use that offer. We got the the ravioli separate. We used 1 chicken breast, which was round about 200 grams, and that was for 2 of us, and then I just cut that in slices. Then we chopped some mushrooms to go with ours. You don't have to have mushrooms with yours. You can have anything you want to have with yours. but we had mushrooms and we had about 100 grams. This is the ravioli that we got. It was from Tesco's and I think it was £3. Mascarpone and red onion ravioli. First of all, oil your pan and put the chicken in, so it goes in as raw chicken, and then season that with salt and pepper, and obviously for me get some garlic in there, which I usually get some garlic into the pan. I'm too impatient to leave it to stand to cook, but you know, my advice is to leave it to stand because mine just sticks to the bottom of the pan. Add your mushrooms in there, and there's the garlic going in. Then I've got to scrape it off the bottom of the pan. Well done, Jilly. And leave that to cook. So it does need to be cooked through before you add your sauce in. So the cooking of the chicken takes approximately about 5 minutes because of the size of the strips that I've done. And then I'm going to add the sauce. So it's really rich and thick sauce, and you just stir that in and let that simmer away until it's hot, which it's doing now. I'm just giving it a stir to make sure that all the chicken is coated and the mushrooms are coated in there. And then I'm going to put the ravioli in, so the ravioli takes about 3 minutes, that's all. So you can be doing that at the same time as you're stirring your sauce. Let that simmer for 3 minutes. Don't have it boiling because it'll burst the ravioli. And then you're ready for dishing up. So now we're ready for dishing this plate of food up. So first of all, I'm putting the ravioli in the dish. I did the garlic bread in the air fryer, so it took about 3 minutes in the air fryer. There were garlic slices that we'd got in, but use whatever you've got in there. So this was the ravioli going in, and then you add your sauce on top. So in the sauce we've got the chicken and the mushrooms, and we added that on top of the ravioli. You can mix in the ravioli if you want to into the sauce, but it's so delicate that it would have burst it, so that's why I did it like this. And then lastly, just pop your garlic bread on there, and we sprinkled it with a bit of mozzarella cheese. We did have that in, but that is optional. It is rich enough anyway without having to add any more, but we just got that little bit in that we used. I like to use things up that we've got in. And that's it, all done. So such an easy meal to do, and something that's just as nice as in an Italian restaurant, she says, but very nice anyway. Have a good day, everybody. Bye. Friday, both of us wasn't that well on Friday, so we didn't eat dinner. We just picked at a few bits. Not worth putting on, I'm afraid. So I do apologise for not having anything for Friday, but I'll get through to Saturday. Saturday night, we had homemade burgers. We still wasn't 100%, so we just had burger and no fries or anything like that. But it was homemade, so we will show you how we did that. This was the burger actually finished. We only had burger. Gary had cheese on his. I just had mine plain. As I say, we wasn't too good on the Friday and the Saturday, so we didn't really eat that much. So this week's meals of the week may look a little bit sparse with food. But I'm sure next week we'll feel better, so I do apologise for that. These were the burger buns that we used, the buttermilk rolls. They were really nice, a little bit like brioche rolls, but very, very nice. This was the mince, 15% steak mince. There was 20% as well, but we got 15, and these are the cheddar slices that we got. So Gary's weighing out the burgers here. So we used 240 grams of minced beef, and each burger was 120 grams each. And then he's rolling the minced steak into balls to make into the burgers. Use a dry pan. You don't need to put oil in it because there's enough oil in the burgers. And then when the pan gets hot, then you can put each burger in. Gary is using grease-proof paper and a pan to do the smash burgers, so you can see what he's doing there. Now this is your time to season the burgers, so we don't need to season them beforehand. Get them in the pan and then put salt and pepper on. So put a fair amount on as well, because sometimes the meat is quite bland. So Gary's now putting salt and pepper on the burgers, and when he turns them over, he'll put that on as well. Puts a lid on the pan. This will keep the heat in and make them cook quicker. Smash burgers are supposed to be cooked quick. Keep the lid on throughout the cooking process, and then once they are nearly ready, put your slice of cheese on top of the burgers. So you can have whatever you want on your burger. If you want to layer it up with salad, sauces, whatever you want onto your burger. Mine was just plain because I'd got a dicky tummy, so I didn't have anything on it, and Gary just had cheese on his as well. But you can put whatever you want on your burger. Please remember, this is your burger when you do cook it. So Gary put mustard on his burger. And this is it. This is the finished result. As I say, it's not the most fabulous looking burger in the world, but you can have it how you want it. You can layer it up. It was just to show you how we did the burger. Bye everybody. See you tomorrow for Sundays. Sunday we had chicken and mushroom pie served with mashed potato, buttered leeks, medley of vegetables, cauliflower cheese and gravy. Yummy! This is the finished result with the chicken pie, the mash, the cauliflower cheese, leeks and green veg. So this is the pie we got from Marks and Spencer's. It's about £5.50 and really tasty, this particular one. Tesco cauliflower cheese, we had this as well. And sliced leeks that we got from Tesco. These were on offer at 80p, so I picked those up for a change. So I'm just getting some potatoes ready for the mash. This is the chicken and mushroom pie and the cauliflower cheese, and they both take 30 minutes, so they can both go in the oven at the same time. So I'm just making the buttered leeks. So just put some butter in a fry pan and then add the leeks and season, and they take about 10 minutes in a fry pan. This was the vegetable medley that we got from Tesco's. To be perfectly honest with you, it was soggy and we didn't enjoy this, so won't be buying this again. So I wouldn't recommend this one. So I'm just smashing the potatoes for his lunch, and I added some milk and also some dairy-free butter as well. So now it's time to dish up. So firstly, put the mashed potatoes, the vegetables on there, and then we are going to add the buttered leeks on the plate, and then the cauliflower cheese, and then the pie on there, and gravy as well. And this is the finished dish. It was absolutely lovely. The pies from Marks and Spencer's are just divine, honestly. They're the best. Anyway, hope to see you soon. That's it for Meals of the Week, and we will see you next week. Bye and have a good week.